Good morning, Whimsy Way fans. This is Rachel coming at you with another video this morning. Today is, I believe, March 4th. Well, if it isn't, I apologize. It's Thursday. And just going to share with you a little bit of my techniques before I go to work. This is my rendition of Nina Simone. Just giving you an update on her, how she's coming along. The progress. So basically what I tend to do is use these pencils. These are not just colored pencils, these are pastel chalk, and as you can see how easily they blend in right into the paper. On one of my previous videos I show you what kind of paper I use, and basically, sorry about all the movement here in the picture, but basically I tend to really kind of scrub with my finger into the actual paper to get the effect of blended smooth skin and to kind of make the picture come together. So another thing I mentioned in another one of my videos is get used to drawing the shapes that you see of the objects within the face in your pictures. Make sure you do that. It's really important because that helps you to identify the location of certain things where the values are, like the curvature in the eye, right, you know, where the bridge of her nose is. And everybody's face is so unique and different, and so that's the beauty of art. You can really play upon that. A lot of times people that do caricature art, they tend to do that very well. But basically all you're doing is you are focusing on one aspect at a time in your drawings. I'm not used to talking while I shade and draw, but it's mainly because I try to concentrate on you know, the drawing itself, what I'm doing. I added the pencil in there just to kind of help highlight where I want to focus or have the eye focus on her. And that's the cool thing about being an artist. You can tell people what you want them to look at by what you darken and what you lighten. So what I say by what I mean by that is usually when you're doing an art piece, your eye will automatically follow, your mind will automatically follow a train of thought, just like when you're speaking a sentence or when you're learning another language. You have a train of thought. There's your main subject matter, your main subject, and just like when you're speaking a sentence, you have certain things that you would like the person to try to focus on. It doesn't always work, but that's usually what people trying to do when they talk or communicate verbally. So when you use that as an example when you're drawing, you want to definitely do the same thing. You want somebody to really focus on certain aspects of the person's art or drawing. For me, it's not necessarily just, you know, it's not entirely a realism type thing for me for these. It's a little bit of a combination of both. At this point, I tend to not focus too much on the nose. The nose can be very challenging if you're not familiar with drawing noses. And what I suggest, again, is to see how I'm doing this. I'm drawing the shape of the nose, just the front. Now, the photo that I'm doing this from is actually from a concert, but the color isn't really there, and that's what I like about it. There's a lot of contrast, and so I'm gonna, right now, I'm kind of trying out how dark I really want my pictures to be. My drawings tend to be dark. I like contrast, so they tend to be very dark in contrast and color. My black tends to be very dark. My shading tends to be very dark. And a lot of people who do pencil drawings tend to do, you know, very lightly, because over years of experience in drawing, they've learned to just really do a light sketch of their art. And you can do that. I don't have any problems with it, but part of the issue with me is I always tend to draw dark. I've always tend to shade dark. So if you use a lighter color pencil, that kind of helps, you know, do several things for you. It helps you to control a little bit better the piece that you're doing and the shading that you want done. Now with Nina Simone, like I said, I'm going to do her mostly in a blue shade with a little bit of white, and I'm just using the actual color of the picture or the paper to add the value that I want in this picture. And that way I don't have to work so hard. If you're trying to add color, if I was doing a soft pastel in color, I would start out with my beiges and very lightly add the blue in, because in skin tone and in people's skin, there's always, to me, a little bit of a cool colors that you add to it to make and create your value, your shadows and things like that. So right now I'm just kind of going over her, the shape of her face, the shadows, the areas that I really want to kind of focus the most on her. The nose, the shading of the nose, where I'd like to have the eye go in this picture. She has a little bit of that pouty lip look. And she's turning and looking away. She's looking at someone possibly in the audience. I don't know. But I'm not able to show you the photo. So what I can do is just show you what I'm doing. There's going to be her mouth. She's got beautiful lips. And that's one thing I've noticed about many black women. They tend to have really pretty, very shapely lips. Very pretty lips. Love to draw lips of the women that I'm doing right now, because they just are very expressive. It's like just the lips alone are telling you something. Okay. And I'm sorry about all the movement here. Again, I'm just blending it with my finger. I already have the blue on my finger. I'm using that to my advantage. And blending with her. Now you can get these supplies in the description of a lot of my art, my videos. I mean, I'll have some of the supplies and where you can get them in the description. And I don't remember the cost, but most of my art tends to last me a while because I use so many different varieties. I have a little treat to show you also at the end of this. So it's about going into 8 minutes. As you can see, once I get started, it's hard for me to stop. So, but I got to. And like for areas on the forehead, I tend to just do like that. Just really blend in a circular motion, because then you can start to see where the light is coming in. The light's right in here, shining down right through here and on her nose, her cheek on this side. So the light's mostly on this side, but it's very contrasted. So I'm going to take my eraser and go back and lighten the whiter areas. But in the meantime, you can kind of start to see already the shape of her face and what's going on here, where the accents are going to be as far as the color, the values, things like that. I will be also posting a little bit more on this as I go. But again, this is just my artist interpretation of Nina Simone. She is not quite done yet. I'm going to add some more pencil in there to darken her eyebrows and really get that shape right in here of that expression that she's showing. She was talking about in one of the videos that she had recently lost a family member or somebody that was very close to her. I think it was a close friend in one of the videos. But anyway, this is, again, an artist interpretation. It's not done yet. I'm going to darken very much so her skin, but I just want to show you a little bit about how I blend. Thank you for watching. And oh, I will be showing you something else too. Hang on just a second. Let me go over to, don't mind my fingers, but so this is my mix pour that I did the other day or yesterday. And this may go on the background of one of my videos for one of my drawings, or I might just leave it like it is. So I have a video for that. Stay tuned, subscribe so you can see how I did it. Thank you for watching.